Because you guys talk about this a lot on your podcast, um, the whole K-pop movement. I mean, I'd say, the majority of people can't understand what is being sung about. Yet it's so popular. Why? Why is it? Obviously, the girls are hot and the guys are
The
appealing
guys are
to
hot.
some certain crowds. But um, can you guys think of anything else that has spurred that whole movement?
That's a really good question.
Because the music is good, whether I can understand it or not. I'll still have a listen. Whereas I probably, if it was a German song, just for example, and I pick on the Germans, probably wouldn't listen to it, even if it was good.
I like Ramstein though, so that's one German thing to listen to.
I think there's something very palatable about the aesthetic of K-pop and Korean culture in general. Like it's just very easy to digest, maybe more so than something like Ramstein,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Ramstein
It's
is
got more mainstream commercial appeal, probably. Like I mean, cosmetically, obviously, like everybody in K-pop is not difficult to look at. Yeah, even the music I think is quite easy to digest. Even if you're not really into like a poppy sound, like it kind of just washes over you at a point.
yeah.
And like the more you listen to it, the more you kind of like grow to just accept it and maybe not like it initially, but it does kind of earworm its way
Yeah.
into your
It's funny, because you and I, Ethan, we've mentioned that we've come from a metal loving background, and in the late 2000s, I hated K-pop. I'm like, what is this commercial garbage? Like, because I remember you guys would show me some K-pop and C-pop, and this is maybe more my Western banana side coming out. I was just like, what is this? Like, who wants to sing about feelings and loving boys? Like, who would listen to this? Yeah, you. I'm like, get rid of this. Get this out of here. But Dan is absolutely right. It does earworm its way into you, especially like at the net cafes when Girls' Generation came out. Um, we have a particular friend. I won't name him on this podcast, but he kind of bombarded me with Girls' Generation. He's, yo, Tavi, man, check this out, man. Like, this is the best shit. Like, dude, I don't really like this that much. And then, like, over the months, I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. And then I ended up, like, moving from one end of the spectrum to, like, I mean, I'm going to Sydney to K-pop concerts twice in my life, so I swayed the other way completely. Um, and it's like, so I can understand sometimes it's not musically the best, but it's also like maybe it is that primitive size. Oh yeah, girls look good, so I'm just gonna go. But it's also like I think there's a sense of like Asian pride about it as well, because there's not uh in history there hasn't really been anything Asian that has really hit the mainstream, unless we're talking about like kung fu cinema or Jackie Chan
Yeah,
or Bruce Lee.
there have been
Yeah,
waves, right? Like there was the J horror boom of the early 2000s as well, right? So it does come in waves, and but K-pop has been like around for a long time, and it's kind of been consistently growing, and it doesn't seem like there's any sign of it dying down at the moment. So, um, yeah, it is kind of this. It's almost like the MCU of Korea, right? It's
yeah,
kind of this
yeah.
thing that's just appeared out of nowhere and just really just blown up over the last decade.